Here is your latest African news. Somalia. Somalia might miss the deadline to complete elections. Somalia is likely to miss a deadline to conclude long-delayed parliamentary elections as political disagreements continue in the country. The federal government had set a deadline of March 15th to complete the polls, but more than 50 seats in the legislature are yet to be filled. This could in turn delay further the elections of a new president who is normally selected indirectly by MPs. Somalia has already missed several deadlines to conclude voting for lower house of parliament since February last year. The country has struggled to elect new leaders because of wrangles over the composition of the electoral boards and political mistrust between President Mohamed Abdullahi and Prime Minister Mohamed Hussein. Uganda. Uganda arrests key ADF operative. Ugandan police have arrested a suspected prominent recruiter and coordinator of the Allied Democratic Forces rebel group. Police spokesman Fred Enanga said Abdallah Kabanda Musa, alias Mogo, was arrested in central Uganda while allegedly plotting attacks against security agencies and prominent individuals. He said a loaded rifle, 11 mobile phones and a computer storage device with radical materials were recovered in a raid on the suspect's home. The security agencies suspect he was part of the group that coordinated attacks at the Central Police Station in Kampala in November last year. The attacks prompted the Ugandan army to cross the border into the Democratic Republic of Congo to fight Islamic State IS-linked militants. Tanzania. Mara River fish deaths poisoning to be investigated. Tanzanian Minister of Environment Mr. Selemani Jafo has formed a team to probe the cause of Mara River waters turning blackish as fish have been reported to have died in the river. The 11-person team of experts was unveiled by the minister in Musoma District, Mara region, after a one-day fact-finding visit to the river. During his visit, Mr. Jafo admitted that the situation there was not good and called for urgent steps to be taken to put things in order. The minister also directed the team, apart from investigating the cause, to give long and short-term proposals on what steps should be taken not to encounter the same situation. South Africa. South Africa grounds airline linked to British Airways, citing safety issues. South Africa's aviation regulator has indefinitely grounded a fleet owned by Comair, a British Airways franchise, following a series of safety incidents. This comes a day after the airline was suspended after it failed to convince the South African Civil Aviation Authority (SACAA) that it had adequately addressed the safety issues. Comair operates regional and local flights in South Africa for British Airways and budget airline Kulula. The latest safety incident involving its plane was a flight from East London in Eastern Cape Province to Johannesburg last month with 111 passengers on board. The plane made an emergency landing just a few minutes after taking off, with dramatic videos on social media showing scared passengers crying and praying loudly on board. In a statement, SACAA said Comair operations had in the past month experienced occurrences ranging from engine failures, engine malfunction and landing gear malfunctions. Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe has passed a marriages amendment bill that makes bride price mandatory. Zimbabwe's Marriages Amendment Bill has been signed into law by President Emmerson Mnangagwa following amendments made to the proposed law by the Senate in February 2022. The payment of lobola, bride price, before marriages under customary union is now mandatory, with a clause empowering marriage officers to ascertain whether a bride price was paid. After the approval of the amendments by Senate in February 2022, the bill had to be returned to the National Assembly for it to consider the changes before it was sent to President Mnangagwa. The bill was initially passed in the National Assembly in 2020 but was held up in Senate after traditional leaders objected to a clause that said that payment or non-payment of a bride price could not be regarded as a barrier in solemnizing marriages between two consenting adults if they satisfied other requirements of the law. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, follow, share and like our video. It's the best way of supporting us. Great news! You can now buy our African children's book Maua and the Gardens of Plenty, a book that teaches children the power of great ideas. This book is the best way to start exposing your children to African stories told by Africans. Find the purchase link in the description below. You can directly support this new series by becoming our YouTube member, Patreon or donor, and remember, Africa is watching.